Welcome to Pass Down Your Crown podcast, and I'm your host, Pattie J. And today, I'm gonna introduce them real nice and fine because these are my sisters. So I'm beyond excited to introduce two very special guests that hold a unique place in my heart. My dear friends, we've been friends for over 25 years, and I think that God doubled my blessings by giving me two of them. Tiana and Tajai, and they so happen to be twins.
That's so sweet.
So I like to start off my episodes with, let's introduce y'all. Tiana, this is Tiana, and this is Tajai. And I like to start my episodes off with Thorns and Roses. Is you telling a positive thing that happened in your week and a negative thing that happened in your week. So what's something positive that happened in your week and something negative that happened?
So mine, I would say, was more so bittersweet, not negative, but Skylar started school today.
Oh, the baby.
So it's positive and negative because it's sad.
Yeah. What about you, Tajai?
For me, I would say I'm back on the road. Cause I haven't had a car for like
we
a
literally
month.
was in the same boat.
Right, for real. And negative,
You have to pay DMV.
Oh, DMV charged me $800.
I have to say,
I called my mom. I was like, Mom, DMV charged me $800. I was so mad.
That's funny enough. Me and her have the same thorn. I had the same issue with my car, and I had to go get it. That was my thorn. And one of the roses is I was here early just for them because they always talked about how I'm always late.
What time is it? Wait, what time?
I got here at 5:25.
What time is on your phone?
That don't count because we
no.
More late. But listen,
we were supposed to start at 5:30.
I got here at 5:25. But talk about the fact that I got here early.
She did.
Because they always get on me about time.
Yes, Patrice is a very late person.
Well, today's episode will be titled Embracing Change, Friendship, Growth, and Support. And we're going to be basically talking about that. Our friendship, how we've been able to sustain it, how, we've been able to be friends this long, all that good stuff. And with all of that being said, let's talk about how we met. So, what's the story? Do y'all remember how we met? Oh, we might have different stories on how we met.
I don't necessarily remember. I just know, like,
where we were.
At
church.
Maybe it was like, was it
we was like 4 or 5 years old.
I don't know. It was in church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We met through church. Or maybe we met through Auntie Keisha and your mom. I don't know.
I remember meeting y'all in church. I remember y'all coming to visit. And I remember Auntie Keisha bringing y'all over to me and Haidia.
And we was in like a circle or like sitting or something like that. Yeah, I remember where we was. Yeah, we was 4. We was in church. And
it was 4 or 5.
Yeah, it was 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell a story because they like to tell people. I'm going to tell y'all. They used to jump me when we were younger. They don't remember.
Delusional.
They don't remember. But I'm telling you, I'll never forget. We was in, this is when we was in summer camp. When the church used to have summer camp.
Across the street.
Yes. And one day, Haidia was in like it was the kitchen and it was this big space and then it was like the other side.
Yeah.
I never forget. Y'all were beating up Haidia first. And Haidia started screaming. I'm telling you, I remember. They don't remember, but I remember. I'm telling you. They was beating up Haidia first. And I went to go jump in to help Haidia. Haidia ran and left. And left me to finish the fight and y'all jumped in.
Okay, I don't remember that. I promise you.
I remember maybe fighting her once.
Maybe, once. She remembers this constantly. Like,
well, I'm not going to say, okay, I'm exaggerating. It wasn't constantly. I just remember that one fight. It wasn't constantly.
Okay, I think I remember that then.
It wasn't constantly. But it just, I remember that fight.
But I thought it was playful.
No, but Haidia was screaming, so I came and helped, and then she left. And I'm like,
so you were struggling.
Yeah. How you gonna call me to help you fight? Because 2 against 1, and then you leave me there. Like, so Haidia, if you see this, you ain't shit.
we should have ran out there. I'm weak. That's hilarious.
But one of the first questions is, the first question is, what factors have contributed to the longevity of our friendship over the years?
I would say our personalities. Because what one is not willing to do, the other might be.
Mm-hmm.
So one might be more stubborn if, say, we're in an argument. And one is more open to coming to that other person to have that conversation about what went down, what happened, why we're upset.
Mm-hmm.
And it may just be a petty reason.
That's true.
So I think that.
Read that question again. What factors
have contributed to the longevity of our friendship over the years?
I would pretty much agree. I would say learning each other, which we still kind of are.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that mainly.
I think the factors that contribute is that we continue to show up for each other. Like, even though we be having our moments where we be beefing, like I feel like we look at each other like family now. Like we're like family. So no matter what happens, we always come back and still communicate and still fight for our relationship. I think that's what
we've gone like a while without talking.
But at that time when we went a while without talking, it wasn't because we was beefing.
No,
they moved
exactly.
They moved
like
away.
We fall off, but it's like we pick back up.
Right, like you. I think you hit me back up. Like it was maybe 5 years. But you hit me back up when Tiana got engaged. You was like, you want to do the core and everything like that.
We
so you were there. Exactly. So it was like,
and we are missing one of the girls out of the group, Sayron. We're going to shout out Sayron.
Shout out to Say.
She is a part of the clique, but she lives in
Birthday
LA now.
Shout out. She's about to turn 30.
But Sayron lives in LA. Shout out to Sayron. You're going to be here one day on this couch talking to us and talking tea. But she's also a part of our little clique that we created. Yeah. And, it's the darkies against the lighties,
We never jumped her, but for real.
But that's my twin, and then y'all are twins. That's how you know.
No, because y'all have the same personality.
Exactly. Literally same personality.
Yeah.
But even Sayron too, like me and Sayron, it's funny because it's like, even when we fight, like it'll always be me against Sayron, and then they'll jump in and be like, all right, guys, calm down. Or it'll be me against them or Sayron against them, and I'm like, all right, guys, calm down. It's always like we all
Or we do have this one topic where we jump on Sayron about it. She gets very pissed.
And sometimes we just tease and Sayron, it's all love. We just be teasing you. But that's how we just keep it going. We all, do
we stop talking for like a day. And then we be back in the chat.
And I'm very sensitive and I'm very dramatic.
Yes.
I'm the most dramatic one in the group. I always be writing long paragraphs like, y'all just treat me so bad and I don't like this. And they be like, Patrice, whatever. Like, you'll be all right. Like,
not Patrice. For real.
Well, with that being said, do you think we hold each other accountable for our choices that aren't the best?
Absolutely.
I think we
do. I definitely think we do.
Some people might think we don't. I think maybe in a
guy,
or a guy's perspective, because apparently they hold each other accountable in a different way.
I don't think they do.
I don't think they do either.
You don't?
I don't think they hold each other accountable. I think for us, I feel like guys might, looking into our relationship, guys might think, oh, you telling her too much. You telling her too much of our business. But we're kind of getting advice, and if we don't take that advice, then that's when we got to take accountability.
But I think guys think that you have to like physically stop your friend, which you can't. Like, all I can do is advise you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also, I think that when it comes to our friendship, we respect each other on different levels, so we will never steer each other in the wrong direction. Mm-hmm. So we value each other's opinion enough that we can hold each other accountable. Right. We know it's always positivity, and it's not like we're being jealous or being negative. It's because we really want to look out for each other and make sure we're doing good. Mm-hmm. And in general, when it comes to men, I don't think they hold each other as accountable as they act like they do.
No. Right. Imagine.
Because I feel like they're
they're
I'm looking at it this way.
Messy.
If we have issues with holding our men accountable ourselves, how can their friends get to hold them accountable too?
I feel like when you say something, I'd be like, no, Patrice, no, you're wrong.
Exactly.
And they'll be like, yeah, like hyping their man up. No.
Exactly.
But two different things. I feel like she is a little bit more empathetic than you. So while sometimes we might think she's being delusional, it's because maybe her empathy is aiding to her delusion. But
that makes sense.
When you might have an issue and you feel like you're being, like, Patrice might feel like you're being too, like, you're not being empathetic to the situation, when in reality you should be, and it's really not that big of a deal.
So that makes sense. Well, that goes into the other question I had about, do you feel like our personalities play a role in how we are in our friendship?
I think so.
Yes.
Because while you said like you're sensitive, but you're also empathetic, and you could see people's different. You're fast to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. Where me, I'm like, well, let me figure myself out first.
I think it is important too. I mean, while I'm still learning, like, something that's a big deal for you may not be a big deal for me, and vice versa. Something that's a big deal for me might not be a big deal for you. So I could be like, you're being dramatic, and you might not be being dramatic. So I think so.
I think it all helps us through conflict. I feel like I come to each of you for different things because of your personality. Like, if I want to be told off and like put back in my place because I know I'm probably being delusional, I'll go to Tajai. Because I know she's gonna be like, Patrice, no, you're wrong. Like, no. Like, fix that up. If I want like advice for like a business or like I'm scared to start something new, I go to Tiana. Because she's like, all right, Patrice, you know you could do this. Let's sit down. I'll go to her and she'll like help me write like a business plan. And then you'll end up helping me do like like a poster or something for it. Like that's where I like in our relationship how I go with either one of y'all.
Yeah.
And like Sayron, if I want like political advice, I'm not really into politics, but if I have a question about politics, I'll call Sayron and I'll be like, all right, so what is this? What's going on? How do I, handle this? Stuff like that.
Right.
So I think it all works out. And I think y'all come to me for just decorating. I'm always decorating. I'm always ready to fight. I'm sorry. I'm working on
that too, but also like once I had the kids, I would come up and be like, okay, what did you do with Soraya? What did you do with Shiloh? Or whatever the case may be. Or like, did they such and such, whatever. Just to like, because I'm like, who else has kids?
And we're definitely always there for each other when it comes to the kids. Yeah, definitely.
Like drop them off, pick them up.
We could be beefing and I'm still dropping them kids off. I'm still, like, it's,
like,
I'm like, Soraya, I'll be mad at Tiana and then Soraya will be like, can I go to Auntie Tiana's house? I'll be like, call her.
Right. We be not talking. I'm like, let me call Soraya. I'm not calling Patrice. When we're fighting and Patrice called FaceTime me, I know it's not Patrice. I know it's Soraya or Shiloh.
And it's like the kids could feel the tension.
Yeah.
They know. Yeah. Like, they know. Like, I don't even know how they pick up on it.
Skylar was like the other day, Mommy, where's Soraya? I said, Soraya's with her mommy. She's like, I miss her.
It's like we can't even break up for real because if we did, the kids is gonna be like, what are y'all
devastated.
Doing?
Right, we're gonna be
because not only that, our kids have access to our moms. Like, so my daughters call y'all mom Lolly.
Lolly, they be like,
so even if they're gonna call Lolly and be like, Lolly, what's going on? Right. Like, we're pulling up. Like, it's up.
Right.
But I think that's the beauty in us having like us starting to have children and stuff like that. Our kids are gonna grow together like we did, even though the ages are different. They're gonna look out for each other. Like,
and
I think
we look
that's
at the situations. Like, is it that serious?
Exactly. Right. And I feel bad for Tajai's future children because they're gonna be the baby of the group.
Look, my kids is not babysitting.
I'm grateful because my kids will have babysitters. I'm gonna be outside,
right? And we're gonna be like,
not me. We're gonna be on an island.
Listen, my knees are really feeling a little bad. I ain't gonna lie.
Right. As soon as 30 hits.
So my next question is for Tiana. Do you feel that your marriage has changed your sense of freedom compared to... Wait, let me back it up because I have another question. Oh, no, I'm lying. Do you feel that your marriage has changed your sense of freedom compared to us?
So I think having kids has changed my sense of freedom more than my marriage did. Because I feel like we still talk to friends, go out with friends. Like, we still have that freedom to do what we, want within reason, obviously. But any person with right morals is going to have that same freedom. So, yeah, while it did restrict it a little because obviously you not outside free nilly-willy.
But also, do you feel like when you got married, like, first off, let's talk about what age you got married and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like when you did, like, you can speak about the age and then I have the question after.
So I was 23 when I got married. I was 19 when we met. Got engaged at, I think I was 22 and then married at 23.
Okay, so the question I have for that, because of your age, do you feel like getting married at that young age kind of created a shift for you within the friendship too? Because we were all the same, we're all the same age, and we were all the same age at that time.
A shift as far as?
A shift as in, like, you couldn't show up as much. Do you feel like you couldn't show up as much in the friendship because you were now a wife?
No.
I feel like yes.
No, I think I had that issue with some family members. Just like cousin wise, because they were single and they wanted to be out. And we got into that argument and then it was kind of like, okay, well, I'm at a different stage in life than you are.
That makes sense.
So as far as that, I think that did. But I don't think
I'll say yes as far as friends.
Pull your mic up a little.
Not friends. Ooh. But let's say you needed somebody to watch the girls, right? You would call me first before you call Tiana because she got a husband at home.
That's true.
But now she got kids at home, so you called me
but
first.
I did eventually. I mean, in the beginning, I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie.
now you call because they have.
I'll agree because in the beginning, when you did first get married, because we all grew up in we all grew up with married parents. My mom kind of told me like, when Tiana gets married, you can't expect Tiana to always be there. So I already had it in my head like, okay, worst case scenario, call Tajai because Tiana is now being a wife. Yeah. So that's why I would call you first. But in general, when I did call, like Tiana was like, "Yo, you can call me," and her and her husband would take the girls and spend time with them.
But I think because I was so young too, that I didn't feel it in that moment, that it was like shifting. It was like, okay, yeah, I'm a wife, but I'm just living with my boyfriend. It's not a boyfriend, but so it's kind of like I don't have no kids, and we waiting to have kids. I could still, you going shopping, I can meet up. So,
but I think in general, when you do get married, you cannot participate in the same ratchetry that you could when you're single.
I didn't have those friends. I was
True
going out trying to invite me to ratchet stuff before I was married.
But I think it's all because all of us know, like we already know the respect that because we all grew up with married parents. Right. Like I feel like that influences how your friend group is too.
Exactly.
Well, that makes sense.
So I guess that's why I didn't have that big of an issue with that.
Well, the next question is for Tajai. Did you feel a sense of pressure when your sister got married because y'all are twins? When she got married?
I would say yes. When she got married, I feel like the pressure came from the people that's closer to you. Oh, when you get married, or you next, like. But I feel like now, no, like it's been a few years. I don't feel like I have that pressure anymore.
I think for me, I definitely felt pressure at the time, but. I mean, I felt pressure and I felt sad too. Cause you know me, I was always the most I'm delusional one in the group. Always delusional. I always thought I was going to be married, white picket fence, have all the kids, did everything ass backwards. But in my mind, I still felt like that fairy tale was going to happen. So when she got married, the person I was dating at the time, I really believed back then, very delusional of me, that me and the person was going to marry each other. So when I was at the wedding and I seen everything happen, my mom was like, now that she got married, I'm gonna be looking at you for you to get, go ahead and do it right. Annoying. And then also because I had the girls before, like anything, I had the girls young and I had them before I got married. My mom, for some reason, I guess she felt like you already got the kids, so you might as well just hurry up and just do the other part. Like you already did one part, do the other part.
Yeah. Not really knowing if it's the right person.
And then also at the time, another young lady got engaged too. Who? Remember, Imani got engaged, like right before.
Hey girl,
yeah, hey Imani. Like I think she did too. So also,
around that time,
Imani's my mom's goddaughter. So when I seen y'all two, my mom went in the middle and was taking pictures with her and Imani. I was like,
isn't she older than us though?
No, she's my. We're the same age.
Maybe like but like a year older than us. A year or two,
really?
Yeah,
but around our age. But so. That age wouldn't even be comparison because it was
my
she was still around our
came
age.
That night, my mom showed me the picture and was like, "Look at me, Imani and Tiana. You see their rings? Ain't they nice? Yeah." And I'm just looking at her like, damn well. I had no business marrying that man.
I now remember taking that picture. Yeah.
But I definitely did feel the pressure, but I don't.
Do you
feel
it now though?
I don't feel it now.
Okay, yeah, because I don't feel it now either.
I feel like I'm old now and rusty. I don't got the time.
But also, I would say, just like you guys felt that, it was difficult feeling like, okay, I'm the only one getting married. I mean, like, or I'm the only one married. So then when Imani got married, I'm like, okay, like, we still talk, like, back, if she has a complaint or whatever, or she's annoyed, or if I'm annoyed, I'm like, yo.
You have that place to talk
So because she could relate, and then, so it's kind of.
And then
like
also with you being married and us not being married, because we grew up around married parents, my mom told me the same thing. Don't you get in her marriage. If it comes to you, you just listen and you nod your head yes and you nod your head no.
But you still do that.
Because I'm already trained like that now. Right, yeah. Where it's like, don't get in a marriage. And my mom, they've been married for how many years? So how could I go against what she said? So I'm on my business. Anthony, see, I hold it down. I'm on my business. But, the next question I have is, what are y'all thoughts on the concept child brides? Like basically being young and getting married and feeling like we're kids in wedding dresses.
So I did feel like I was a kid in a wedding dress. I will say that because it was kind of like my family did everything together. Mm-hmm. So it was like, okay, yeah, I'll be there. Like I still am a part of like, yeah, it's nice to go back and do like the stuff you did with your family. Mm-hmm. But it was like, I gotta go because I'm a kid. Like, I gotta show. Like, I still felt like the kid, like the fifth kid.
That makes sense.
Like, I have to show up.
That makes sense.
But I'm just bringing him along with me.
Mm.
I might, I'm a little slow. I don't understand that question. Can you read it?
Like, I don't know if you heard, like, I seen something on Instagram, and this girl was like, I'm about to be 30. I just got married, and my mother's talking to me as if I'm a grown woman. I'm still a child. Like, in your mind, we still feel like,
oh yeah,
like we still feel like little ass girls, but we we're wanting to get married. But at that point, we're supposed to be, but we still feel like kids.
I
like,
do think it's a physical
like
feeling
me,
too.
like we're very protective of our siblings. So somebody mess with my sibling, I'll be first. I'll be right there. You talking about I'm at my brother's game. You talking about my brother? I'll be quick to turn around.
Too.
I'll be ready to fight.
I still.
And
feel
my mom's like,
childish.
"Stop it! You're almost 30." But then, she be trying to tell me do something. I'm like, aren't I almost 30? Like, why you right? Which is which?
Like, I feel like for me, I'm mad childish. Like, I'm mad childish. Like, because I'm so childish is why why I'm grateful that I didn't get married so young. I feel like when you got married, you were more, your parents kind of already prepared y'all for what marriage is, what to do, all of that stuff. I feel like for me, because I had my kids first, everybody was more focused on children for me, like what it's like to be a mom. But the marriage part really wasn't a conversation within my family, so I didn't really know. So for me, it's like even now, like if I'm just now getting to the place where I'm really serious, and I'm like, all right, if I get married now, like I'll feel a little better about it.
I also think it's important, like, okay, obviously we met in church, we grew up in church, so we are taught marriage first, whatever the case may be. But I also think it's important that as a child being raised in a household that prioritizes marriage, is that that's not all you're supposed to do when you grow up. It's not just the end goal is not to be married. Like you have whatever you're supposed to do or whatever you feel like it does. You don't have to put an age on it. You don't have to put a time, like anything on that, because when you do get married young, it's like, okay, well, I did this, now what?
Exactly.
So it's it's not the end goal.
And I feel like I consumed myself with the possibility of hurrying up and getting married because I had my children first, and I felt like I did it wrong. I'm like, I made the mistake already first, so let me hurry up and try to fix it by putting a Band-Aid of marriage on top of that mistake. Like, okay, if I'm married, people won't look at me funny. Like, oh, well, she had her kids young, but at least she's married. Now I'm understanding that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
That means nothing. What matters is you having a healthy, happy marriage. Like, this is why I commend you and Anthony for still sticking it out, and y'all, it's a healthy marriage. There's no drama. There's no extra things going on. Y'all just love each other and show up for each other. So if anything, I'm glad I waited because I know I'll have that watching y'all versus hurrying it up and doing it back then.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had that.
Right.
And I would have still been at square one, divorcee with 2 kids, and I'm mad again.
Divorcee.
That's what I would have been. Definitely would have been that. You know that.
I'm weak. Yeah.
The next question I have is, it kind of piggybacks off of the child bride part, which is, why do we feel like we're children in adult bodies?
Because we're still immature.
But not only that, do we feel like that comes from our us being dependent still on our parents?
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Because my mom would always be like, you're not grown. And then I get married at 23 and I'm like, okay, does this constitute me as being grown now? Like, I'm still 23, but like, I'm still running to mommy.
Right. Or like, even like my parents have my location, but like, even when, I'm living on my own, I leave the house and it's like, I know it's for safety, but it's like, text me when you home or text me this. Or I get a call from my mom the other day and she's like, where are you? I can't see your location. And I'm like, why are you checking my location for? Like, so I feel like that's a little, I mean, I don't know if I could say that's childish or me, a reason why I'm dependent. Because it's also safety.
When we first got married, I guess Anthony knew I called my mom for everything. But when we lived together, I'm calling her for everything. We had this one situation, and I was like, wait, what do I do? So I got my phone. He's like, go ahead and call the encyclopedia.
No,
I was like, yeah.
I think for me, the reason why, like, I still feel childish is because I had the girls young. I had Soraya at 17, Shiloh at 20. And I feel like my support system was so abundant that I didn't get a chance to really go and mature as a mom. Like I grew with my kids. And everybody's like taking care of them. It's like everybody got shallow, changing the diaper, giving the food. My mom literally in the middle, like when I had Soraya and brought her from the hospital, I was scared to sleep with her by myself. My room was set up for her, like crib, bassinet, everything. You know, I was in my mom's bed with Soraya right in between us because I was scared. I was like, I don't know what to do if she cries. Like, mind you, I used to babysit, but I'm like, now that it's mine,
yours, exactly.
And then I had to breast. My dad gave up his side of the bed for me, and my dad would sleep in the couch. Like they had a couch in their room. He'll sleep on the couch. I'll be on the side. My mom on the other side. Soraya's in the middle. And her and my dad will go back and forth for waking me up because I was breastfeeding, and they'll both go back and forth for waking me up. All right, breastfeed. All right. All right, here you go, change the diaper. And my dad and mom, but they were so helpful. Like a valid reason. Like I know I understand why they did it. Like they were. I'm happy and grateful for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, because I didn't get to really go into motherhood full blown by myself and like really do it, is why I still feel childish. I still feel like, because like now that I got a discipline, I don't know, I'm like, damn, I got discipline. I don't like disciplining.
Right. So essentially, I feel like our parents are so active or active enough in our life and there for us that we are dependent.
Exactly.
So which makes us feel like we're, younger.
Exactly.
I don't think people is joking when they like, when I have these kids, my mom is going to raise them. I don't think they joke. I don't think they're joking because it's the child in them.
Yeah.
That is like, okay, I'm going to drop them off to.
Even when it comes on to like their dad's mother, them kids is with her right now. Like his family is so helpful.
Yeah.
Same thing. It was to the point where I never forget, because him and I, we were young, so we were living separate. He wanted to keep Soraya overnight one day, and I was terrified. I'm like, he about to take my baby overnight? Like, I'm scared for her to be with her daddy, because I'm scared to have her alone. So I'm like, if I'm scared to have her alone, he gonna definitely not know what to do. He don't ever had a baby before. So his mom was like, don't worry, I got her. Like, whatever. My friend happened to live across the street from him. So I stayed at my friend's house across the street, and every couple of seconds, I'm looking out the window as if I could see. And I'm like, I'm calling, like, is she good? His mother was like, Patrice, she's fine. She even was sending me pictures to reassure me, like, she's okay. Like, she's good. And then, like, even with that, like, I was just, like, nervous. And then I'm also, like,
I want to break.
Exactly. But it also, I think, crippled me, too, because now I'm starting to actually understand, now that I'm with obviously, I moved out with them at 19, and I was living on my own with their dad. I started to actually get in the groove and be like, all right, cool. But I still feel childish still, because I still have the support system.
And you're still young too.
But that brings me into the next question. And this goes on, this is just, I feel opposite of that, because at the same time we feel like we're childish and immature because our parents make us, our parents allow us to depend on them still. But at the same time, how do y'all feel when our parents say things to us like, you don't think you're too big for that? You don't think you're too grown for that? You about to be 30. Like, oh my God.
And I told my mom, you about to be 50.
But also, how could you tell us that we too grown for that? But you don't even let us be grown.
Right. Me and my mom got into a little play fight the other day. She was playing around, and she was like, you're racist. And I was like, Mom, no, I'm not. I'm like, and you're racist and judgmental. Like, let's talk about it. So we was like going back and forth, going back and forth. And I was like, Mom, I'm not going back and forth with you. And she just kept talking. And I talked back. She's like, did you say you wasn't going back and forth with me? But she was still talking. I have to have
our parents is childish too.
Right.
My mom is Mom, I'm about to call you out. I'm so sorry. My mom just got her nose pierced. My mom is pushing 60. That's mad childish. Like, grow up. Like, my daddy, I'm calling you out too. Because my daddy.
That's probably why. I forgot to tell my mom. I had a dream the other day that my mom had a bump on her nose. And I was like, Mom, and she got her nose pierced.
Your mom?
Yeah, man.
Y'all childish. Lolly.
It's probably because you told me that story.
Did they have a meeting that they was going to get their nose pierced?
Look, she better not get her nose pierced.
Lolly, don't do it. But I'm calling my dad out too. Daddy, I'm calling you out. Because my daddy's childish too. Because when I tell you I'm my dad's personal secretary, Patrice, can you order this? Can you just... And I don't know if at the same time he seemed old too. Because it's like, you don't know how to order something, but it also seems childish. Because it's like, you don't know how to order something?
Right.
Like, what the hell?
No, me and my mom got into an argument. Okay. So what's your definition of a friend? What do you think a friend does for you?
I think a friend is there for you in many different ways. Like, emotionally, physically. They're there to give you advice. keep hold you accountable when you're doing something crazy.
Okay, if you went to think of a godmother. Mm-hmm. If you haven't spoken to your godmother in about, I don't know, 15, 20 years, is that your godmother?
Technically she is, but am I going to claim her? No.
Right.
You have to move.
Right. So my mom thinks that I demote people too fast. I think that I'm not fond of when people, if I've known you for a while and you're like, oh, my friend such and such, and I've never heard of this friend, I don't think that's your friend. Okay, granted, I might not know everyone you know, but like as close as us being, I might have heard of that person. They might have been at your Sweet 16, they might have been at a birthday party. But I just think it's someone you went to school with, someone I worked with. It's not everybody is your friend.
Like who you used to be friends with.
Right. And so I'm like, okay, well, I have an aunt, and technically she's my aunt, but she's not there for me. She is not my aunt. So
well, she's technically aunt, but she's not like you're not.
Right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So apparently I demote people too fast. And she's like, you need to look up the definition of a friend. And I said, okay, so tell me what it is since you know what it is.
I don't think you demote people too fast. I think you set boundaries.
Right.
I think Tiana is a little sensitive. She takes things to the heart. So I don't think she gives too much grace.
Well, that comes with boundaries. If my boundaries did not allow it, who's to say that's grace?
Okay, but I can see why Lolly thinks that way because I don't want to talk about there's a situation that happened, right? I don't want to say it because I don't want the person to feel away if they see this, but there was a situation.
Do I know about it?
Yeah, we know. Like an event was happening and the person couldn't come to your event because something else was going on in their life and they couldn't come to your event.
Okay.
You blacked. You was like, well, I'm not inviting her ever again because she didn't come to my... Yes, you did.
Wait, tell me who it was.
I'm not going to say it.
Wait, just go like this.
I'm not saying it, but I'm just giving it. We'll talk about it after, but I'm giving you an example that happened. I don't know if maybe because you was pregnant at the time and you were hormonal and you were just in your feelings, but you would dead be on some, you don't show up to one event, you're not coming to any more.
Yes. That is her. You're not getting invited. And yes, you do.
Miss Patrice's birthday dinner.
First off, that's different. We can get into the birthday dinners. We talking about you first. Accountability.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Exactly. Accountability.
Okay. We talk about that.
Accountability. See? Holding each other accountable. We do that here. Yeah. You don't come to one, it's over. You're not coming back. And then Tajai
but come on, did I really
follow? Do an event in general. I'm not doing no event because I don't got time. People to cancel.
I don't even be following through with that. Come on, that person was invited to the next event.
I mean, it's true, but in the moment, you do demote people fast. Like you may not go, even though you don't go through with it all the time. Okay. You do be first. All right, boom, don't come back. That's it. That's it.
And this is our conversation on a regular. Like she says she don't demote people fast, and you holding her to it. Yes, you do. And she's like, okay.
But also, even like it's to the point where even sometimes I feared being demoted at a point in time too, because like I didn't show up to the remember I was in Albany for Skylar's first birthday party and I didn't come and I felt so guilty. I'm like, yo, she's probably gonna, oh my gosh, she's probably never gonna invite me again. Like,
wait,
obviously you are, but in my head I'm like, I feel that guilt because I'm like, I know how she is. She's probably gonna be like, you know what, bitch, you getting an invite a week before. You ain't getting an invite like everybody else in the beginning. Like, so you do,
and you ain't decorating.
Yeah, like you ain't decorating again. No more balloons for you. Bye. Like.
No, Patrice be getting me tight. When we was decorating for Jalen's party, I was like, the balloon arch is done. It's done.
But see, the thing is, I'm extra with, like, her daughters are my daughters. So I'm extra with them same way. So the balloon arch needs to come. It needs to happen.
Hello? I was like, no, because you're going to finish when the party starts. You're going to go home. You're going to shower and not get here till the party ends. Listen, you don't know how to be on time.
Auntie shows up right on time when it's time to shake booty. That's when Auntie shows up, okay? So I'm there right on time, okay? So that's how I see it, okay?
Wow. Yeah, okay.
But
I just, maybe I don't call you my friend so fast. I don't call nobody my friend
but
so
also,
fast.
we're gonna go back into the birthday dinners because you say something about birthday dinners.
Yeah.
That's where I be ready to demote people.
No, when
Wait,
Patrice...
hold on. We should demote you because Your birthday dinner was like 3 hours. You showed up an hour before.
It's because I had an outfit malfunction.
No, that is unacceptable.
My boobs was coming out.
It was all girls.
You should have found a different outfit.
I didn't have another outfit.
No, first of all, if you have a birthday event, I bet not dare tell you that I have plans because it will be. I forget I'm not doing that, and I don't have no friends
First
anyways.
Off, let's start with the fact that I plan my birthday dinners around y'all two. Let's be real. I would be like, are y'all available on this day at this time? No? All right, I'm moving around.
This day, this time,
no, move it around. We move around for each other, so it's different. We always are going to be there. Yeah. But in general, with me and birthday events, the reason why I get so upset with certain people is because sometimes I don't want to do something for my birthday, believe it or not. And the person will hit me up like, hey, what you doing for your birthday? I'm not really doing nothing. No, I'll plan something. I'll plan it. Don't show up.
But that's what I learned. You could have a birthday party and have, look, Jalen's birthday party, I maybe had 100 and some odd RSVPs, they coming. Mm-hmm. And you know you're not coming. And then it'd be 50 people. So when someone comes to me and they're like, okay, plan this, what are you doing for this? Mm-hmm. I'm not doing nothing. And you're not invited because you be the one that's not showing up.
Exactly, that's true.
And you missed out on all the fun. And all the popcorn.
And then you spend so much money.
Jalen's party.
What people don't realize is when people have events and you RSVP, we spend money to prepare for you.
Thank you.
Because if we don't have enough hot dogs and hamburgers, you ain't gonna be able to eat. So now I have a bunch of hot dogs and hamburgers I got to give away because you didn't come.
Right. And the last minute texts drive me so crazy. I understand things happen.
It. Save it.
But you're lying.
Save it. Because my stomach hurt.
And this is why I don't throw no parties.
And what happened was my big toe, I stepped on my big toe on my other foot. And the
throwing
lies
up all last night.
The lies be so elaborate. It's like, do you want a damn Oscar?
Right.
Okay, so when you tell people you can't make it, what do you say?
I can't make it somewhere?
Yeah.
The only way I'm not showing up to an event is
that I RSVP to. I take my RSVP very
That's
serious.
The only way I won't show up. And
exactly.
I'm also the kind of person that if I can't show up for whatever reason, if I'm not sick and I really can't come because of work or whatever the case may be, I'll still send a gift or money. I'll send the person a cash app. Like, here's $50 and I'll put, I'm sorry I couldn't make it.
And don't tell me you bringing a gift. You know what? I promise you. Someone told me after, I'm going to say it with daughter. Someone told me after one of their birthday parties, so sorry I couldn't make it. It's maybe like a week later. So sorry I couldn't make it. What is your address? I'm going to the post office tomorrow. I gave my address. You know, I've been waiting. The post office must have burnt down because it didn't come. And not to say I wanted that gift, but why are you lying?
Yeah, just save it.
Come on.
Save it. And also, I go so hard for birthdays too because I feel like all of us are getting older and our busy schedules, we're not able to see each other as much. So the least you could do, if I call you, because you know me, I plan ahead.
Exactly.
I'm planning my birthday right now. My birthday's not until October. So if I'm talking to you and I'm like, yo, I'm doing this in October, I'm preparing you, I'm putting it in your head, and you tell me you're going to come and you don't show up, I feel away. Because it's not like I pre-plan everything.
Exactly.
You know a year ahead.
And it's specific people. Like if it's someone like, oh, I invited you because you have someone that's my child's age, it's like, all right, fine, I figure you might actually. But if you're a close family member, friend, and you don't show up, I'm going to take it personal.
Exactly.
And then she'll demote you.
You might no longer be my cousin. You might just be my friend.
I also want to touch into something a little spicy within friendships because I've had this issue, as y'all know. Because one thing about them, they're solid. They've been my friends for years. We had our ups and downs, but we remain solid. But I have a lot of friends on my end that come and go. Mm-hmm. What are y'all thoughts about rekindling a friendship after a friendship breakup?
Depends on the situation.
Situational?
Depends on the situation.
I think we're too grown to have new friendships so easily and not be able to kind of see through a person after a few encounters. Like if I meet someone, they're not going to be invited to my birthday dinner and coming up. Like it's just, even though we click, if I don't feel if I don't feel the intimacy that I do with whoever else I'm inviting, then you're not invited. But you let people in easy.
You're right.
You be ready to be friends with people. Oh, let me. We
going out. You say you don't have no friends to invite for your birthday dinner, and there be 50 people there, and I'm like,
because I feel like I am popular but not popular. If that makes sense.
Somewhat.
Like, I'd be shocked. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when I had my 26th birthday and 30-something people showed up, I was shocked.
Which one was that? In Brooklyn?
When we had it in, like, that restaurant, was, like, on the, like, it looked like a rooftop inside.
Okay. Yeah.
I was shocked. Like, I'd be shocked when so many people show up for me.
No, but
I also think about the fact that because I always go to people's events, it's probably why I have the good outcome. Right. Because I always show up, so maybe that's why. But I feel like I'm careful with, now that I'm getting older, I'm understanding that because now I'm careful with who I call friend. Mm-hmm. Because I was hurt a lot because I was always so eager to be like, oh, come on, we come outside, let's go to brunch. Mm-hmm. Like, I had to learn that the hard way because I feel like that was my people-pleasing days. Right. When I was a people pleaser, I wanted everybody to like me. I wanted to be friends with everybody. I wanted to be like, girls, let's all have a girls event. Let's all do, be a girl's girl. But now that I'm getting older, I'm realizing not everybody's a girl's girl for real. Mm-hmm. Some people want to be close to you just to be close to you.
Yeah. Like that one friend you said that told you straight out she was jealous of you. I was like, oh no, that's a red flag. Run. Mm-hmm. Run, because no. I'm not going to have a friend up in my face that's jealous of me.
I also, but see, her and I, actually, funny enough, her and I did have a conversation, and I was grateful that we did because it was like healing in that conversation, because when she said the word jealous, I guess she didn't have the right language. Yeah. It wasn't that she was jealous of me. It's that what's the word? She admired me. She admired me. And when she broke it down, I understood. Mm-hmm. And I jumped with the word jealous. Okay. Mm-hmm. I jumped with the word, I'll be honest, I jumped with the word jealous. Because what she was explaining sounded to me like jealousy, when in reality, she was trying to give me my flowers and let me know, like, look, I'm proud of who you are. And I actually am great. I'm being your friend. I see who you are. And I wonder, like, damn, why aren't I in that position? And I don't have as much as you to deal with as far as like being a mother and being a single parent and da-da-da-da. So when her and I had the conversation, I understood where she was coming from, and we were able to like move forward and rebuild our friendship. As y'all know.
Yeah. You still friends with her?
You know that.
Yes, you know.
Oh. Do you know who I'm talking about?
We know who we on the same page. Are you on the same page?
Well, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure that out after. we ain't telling everybody business on here, but we telling people business on here. But I was asking y'all that because we're gonna talk about this in real time. There is a friend that y'all know of that y'all not fond of, because when she come around, she always has something negative to say. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She always has. She said something negative about you in particular. Remember? Yes. And y'all had a situation.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, we're talking about somebody else. Yeah. But we're on the same page now.
Yeah.
Recently, a close friend of mine that's a middle person said that she says she misses me. I'm no longer the people pleasing person I used to be. So I'm on some, no, she can kick rocks with open toe sandals. Absolutely not. But the friend is like, hear her out. Maybe she's changed. Maybe she could talk, maybe I could rekindle something. And I'm like, hell to the no. So do y'all think I'm being too harsh?
Who's the middle person? Don't tell me who it is, but like, how is...
The middle person and I are close, and the middle person and her are close. And we all used to be hanging out together. But when we broke up, she still, remained friends with either one.
But she knows why you don't talk to her.
Yeah.
And like the girl knows.
And she's expressed to the young lady, like, I don't think that's a good idea. I think you should leave her alone. But she's not listening to her.
It's like one of those make-up, break-up, boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, because it's not the first time you fell out with her. So I'm not sure that I will go back.
I agree. I feel the same way.
I don't fully know who you're talking about, but so...
Oh my gosh.
You and her had a situation.
Look. Right, so she wants to be friends with you.
A person in common.
Yeah, okay. Yes. She wants to be friends with you again.
Yeah.
Oh, no, absolutely not. That's the one I was telling you about. The one that said she was jealous of you.
No, it was a different...
No, she never said that.
Yes, she did.
No. It was another person that said that.
And she, not only that, but she's done and said a lot of negative things.
I'm not listening to anything you're saying, because you don't even know who we're talking about.
Yes, I do.
She knows now. I think she knows now. She knows now. This is how we talk. This is how we talk in real time. Like, this is how we...
Yes, I do know who you're talking about. Yeah. Because she had something negative to say about me and something negative to say about her.
Yeah.
Me? What she said about me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm too good or something like that.
But see, the thing also, I feel like, again, in my people-pleasing ways, and the reason why I'm having this conversation is because I want other younger Black women and younger women in general to understand the importance of who you have around you and who you allow back in your life after they've done you wrong. Right. Yes, it's okay. Of course, the way to sustain a friendship is to have love and respect for each other. So in that relationship, the reason why I wasn't able to sustain it for long is because she didn't have that love and respect for me. So I had to cut it off. Like, it's like I feel like women feel like girls have a lot of loyalty to their man, where it's like he could do things, he could do things, and you'll go back to him. Some women use that to manipulate. Because they'll be in their head like, if she could take her man back, she could take me back, even if I do her wrong. No. You should know better than to follow that and be like your friend's man that's not the best for her. You should want to be a better person in her life instead of using that to manipulate her. So I feel like in that situation with that particular person, I feel like she manipulated the fact that I was a people pleaser, that I tolerated a lot from different people around me. And instead of her doing better, she did the same thing as them, and now she wants to pass that they had.
Also say, oh, sorry.
No, you can say something. I'm done.
No, I would also say I think that I could be mistaken, but she sees what you are doing, just as far as like whatever you're promoting on social media, of you getting off the floor of your podcast, you with the other one, or whatever the case may be. And I think she's seeing the potential, the growth in it, and she wants. That's what it's. It may not be that she misses you. It may be that I don't know. She missed what you could offer.
Right.
That makes sense.
Exactly.
Well, I wish her the best.
Right.
And I still love her, but I love her from a distance.
But the answer is no.
So in general, now that we're all approaching 30, do y'all feel, and I'm gonna answer this too, do y'all feel like y'all have accomplished all the things y'all had in y'all head when y'all was back in y'all 20s?
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I would say no, but I would only say no because my goals from, let's say, what I thought I would accomplish by 30 was unrealistic. Because when you're 17 and you think 30, you think old and I should have it together. I have my marriage, my families, good. Right. Like I have my marriage, my family, whatever.
Yeah.
But I would say no because they were unrealistic. But do I think I'm in a good spot for 30? Yes.
What about you?
I can say the same. No, I agree with what she says. I think the goals were unrealistic. So I remember, like, even back then when I was working at a restaurant, like I was a server or like a host, and I was working with people that were 35, and I would be like to myself, I would never be working at no restaurant at no 30, 35. And you see people now, like, people be struggling.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree.
I think for me, y'all know I was real delusional in my 20s. I was I would have been on my husband right now, my
you were supposed to be YouTube
kid.
Popping 1 million subscribers.
I was gonna be what? Content queen. All that delusional. But I also feel like it was in God's timing. Like I feel like I wasn't ready. If I would have got those things then, I would have screwed it up already. Yeah. I'll be 30 right now, back again, starting over. So I feel like everything happens for a reason for me. Funny enough, today I was watching the show Harlem, and I thought about y'all. That show, I did cry at the end of that show. I don't know if y'all watched it yet.
We're on Netflix?
Gotta watch it on Prime. I watched it on Prime Video. I don't know if there's other places you could watch it too. But the show made me cry because they're all like in different stages of their life, and it kind of reminded me of us in ways that we're all in different stages of our life, but they still found reasons to be grateful for what they had in the moment. And I finally realized, like, yo, instead of me, because I feel like in life, I've always worried about what's in my future. Oh, I want to have this in 10 years. Oh, I want to. And I never sat in the moment and like been grateful for what God had been able to give me.
Yeah, but I feel like now, if I was 17 now, with the goals I had back then, it is more realistic because there's more access to other things.
True. Social media
and more knowledge.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'll also say, like, me and Anthony had like a conversation yesterday, and we were talking about something. I won't like specify, but we were expecting more of something. And so I was like, look, it's more than what I got now. So let's just take it, whatever. So it's always, I guess, the upside of something than
that's true.
The negative.
That's true. Because like I was sitting, like in the show, I was sitting down and I'm watching, I'm like, I'm watching TV right now in my own apartment. There are some people in our age group that, and it's not to, make anybody feel bad, but it's like that don't have the luxury of having their own apartment. Don't have the luxury of having, a family unit that we have where we have mom that can come and get the kids, dad that can come get the kids. Like you got to just sit down and just be grateful for what you have in front of you. And I don't feel like I ever felt that until now. Yeah. Because I kept on worried about what I don't have.
Yeah.
What I don't,
what you should have accomplished.
Yeah, I don't have that, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. We've traveled. We done things. We done had parties. We done hang out with each other. We all in good health. Like, we got our edges. Think about, come on now. Little stuff like that. We all got our edges. A lot of girls in their 30s right now is losing their edges. Not to come at y'all. Kaleidoscope drops. It works. I used it in my ball spot one time. But it's like, little stuff like that. Be grateful for everything.
No, I was talking to my accountant today, and he knows something I was like trying to work on and stuff. And so we was catching up about it today. I said, look, at this point, I just left it in God's hands because when I'm trying to do it, it's not working. So, yeah.
Like, even when I come onto this and like podcast, I never thought I would do podcasting. I never thought I would do it. And I'm glad the opportunity was brought to me. And when I did it, and I'm able to do this by myself now. And my daughters be talking about me like I'm a celebrity. So I'm doing something right. So I be at school like, oh my God, tell your mom to watch Pass Down Your Crown. My mommy has it. Okay. And let them know it's good. It's good. Trust me. So
you need to put them on here.
One day. Hopefully one day. But I feel like I gotta continue to push through with this because my daughters are rooting for me. So I gotta do it. I have no choice. But now we have 2 more questions before we end this. The 11th question is, what advice would we give to a younger group of Black female friends that are how to maintain their friendship? Like, what is advice you would give them on how to maintain their friendship?
What age are they, you said?
Younger Black women, no matter the age range.
I would say know your deal breakers. And probably communicate. Because I feel like any issue that we've ever gone through, if we've gotten into an argument, whatever the case may be, when we rekindled, we never ignored the argument that we had. We talked it through, why we had what issue, what bothered us, and then we move forward from there. So I would say communication as far as that.
What's your advice?
Yes, I would say communication, and I would also say, which is big for me that I'm still learning any relationship, is what I mentioned earlier, like whatever, and it comes down to communication. Whatever is something that's serious to me might not be serious to somebody else, and vice versa. So you always have to take that, pretty much put yourself in the other person's position.
My advice would be, I'm gonna go off of what y'all said, but just be there for each other. And try your best not to be judgmental to your friend. Even if your friend is doing something that's not the best, not favorable, be there for them and understand that, and just be there and like let them, give your friends grace, put that way. Give your friends grace. We're all going to make mistakes no matter, and this is for any age group of friendships, no matter if you're 12, 13, 18, whatever. Right. Give your friends grace. Allow them to make mistakes. Be there if your friend makes a mistake. Don't rub things in each other's faces. Like, oh, you're a dummy. That's why you should never did that. No. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's above anybody. And just be respectful. And keep your circle tight by keeping your business in your circle. Right. If you have a close little clique, y'all keep stuff in that clique. Don't go to your outside friend that you met at work and tell her that so-and-so. No. That's how you ruin that friendship. Just keep that loyalty.
And then if you have a friend that is doing that might not be your friend. Especially
I'm sorry. That tells you the answer again. That's a no for that person. Because when she had her gender reveal and you didn't tell that person and the person got mad.
Yeah. Because we keep things in our friendship. We keep things in our circle. Like, if y'all tell me something,
lockjaw.
It's you cannot do that. Like, that too, women, stop telling your outside friends about something your friend told you. If your friend comes to you in confidence, keep that between you and your friend. Be quiet. Or tell it to your pillow. Like, that's annoying. Like,
or your sister. Let me stop.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong. My mom has always taught me, when you tell one person, at least 3 people will know.
Yeah.
But if you are going to do something like that, because at the end of the day, it's a human thing to want to tell somebody something, get it off your chest, fine. Know who you're telling that to. Don't tell it to a person's enemy. Yeah. Like, if you know that you have 2 friends that don't like each other, don't go and tell that friend that don't like the other friend with that. No. Hold it down. Just be quiet.
And also, like, I would say before you get to the age where you can kind of discern the friendships yourself, any friend that my mom told me was no good was no good.
Listen to your mama.
So, yeah. Definitely
listen to your mama.
And also, mamas and daddies, listen to your children, because we can see it too.
That's why my godmother's not.
Because I be telling my mama, like, that is not your friend.
There was this one friend that we swore up and down was our friend, and where she at now? She got her hips out. She might see this.
For real.
Stop.
Oh, sorry. She said, no, it's her because it's that
Nobody
far
shaming. You know they call me a buffalo back.
No.
Nobody shaming.
No, it's not body
They're
shaming.
not wrong. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, it's the BBL.
Yes.
It's the BBL on top of the BBL.
Wait, no. You know who she is.
Hold on.
You know who she is.
Time out. We're going to talk about them BBLs real fast.
Oh my gosh.
Be a friend by telling your friend that BBL look bad.
And to just go work out.
Work out. Listen, my belly hang over like shirt and the men them like it. And best believe I'm going in that gym to get this belly down before I'm 30 because I refuse to go into 30 with a big belly.
Right, but I got the opposite. I got the body of a 13-year-old boy. So it don't matter. I don't need a BBL.
And at the end of the day, whether you're a big back or
you can't even
or tiny,
get a BBL.
My thing is whether you can't.
Where they taking the fat from?
Yeah, you too small.
Well, my man still likes it.
Exactly. She got a husband and 2 kids.
Period.
2 kids and look like this. Like
period.
Let's learn to love ourselves, and in loving ourselves, love on your friends so they feel that love for themselves. If you see your friend is going down a spiral because she feels insecure, do something nice for your friend. Get her a little basket,
a gym membership.
Yeah, something. Go with her to the gym. Make her a meal.
Right.
Do stuff to help uplift each other. Let's stop with the whole BBLs. Let's stop with the all. Unless I feel like there's no medical reason why you would need a BBL.
I don't think no.
Why would you?
No.
You wouldn't, but whatever. My thing is before you go to
wait, I'm too small for a BBL.
Listen to me. You know what we'll tell you. If any of us ever
you can't even get lipo.
Listen, I feel
what do you feel about lipo?
I ain't doing nothing.
Wait, what's lipo?
I don't
It's just
have an issue
removing
in the
fat.
male department to worry about that. And I've also noticed women are who make women feel bad about their bodies, not men. Men don't make women feel bad about their bodies. It's the women, that too. Let's stop body shaming women. Just because she don't got a big booty or her booty's too big, stop that. Like, we need to be positive. It's always somebody saying something negative about somebody's body. Not everybody. Everybody's God created us all in our own shapes and forms. And somebody's out there that will love it. So that whole body shaming stuff, that body shaming culture is not it. And if your friend wants to get a BBL, in my opinion, I think you should maybe sit down with your friend and see if she can see a therapist to figure out why she doesn't love herself. I'm sorry. Y'all may kill me for this. I don't care. Why don't you love yourself enough that you want to go and put your life at risk to have a big booty?
Snaps and claps. I'll do the snaps, you do the claps.
And our final question before we end this all out: what guidance would you offer a young Black woman regarding the importance of choosing her circle and whom she listens to in her circle?
What guidance?
Basically, like, what advice would you give to a young woman when it comes on to the importance of who she has in her circle and who she listens to within that circle?
At our age, I would base it on their life decisions. So what are the decisions they make in their life? How is their life looking? And it's not to be judgmental, but are they making smart decisions? And it's also not to say that they don't mess up.
Yeah.
But are they being rational?
I could say what positive impact does this person have on your life? Like, why, are you still friends with them? What do they do to help you become a better person?
I think my advice would be, when it comes on to like who you choose for your circle and who you decide to keep in your circle as you age, is who's there for you for both positive and negative. If you notice a person's always there for your negative and they're always sitting there laughing and smiling when you're down, but when you're up, they're like ghosts, that's a problem.
And who are you telling something no matter what, because they're gonna help you through it, not go tell someone else.
Exactly. And if you have to worry about telling someone something out of fear of them making you feel bad about it, that's not your friend.
Right.
Like, I know that if I do something stupid, I can still come to y'all and y'all are gonna tell me about myself, but it's gonna be in a way where I know it's coming from love and it's not coming from y'all making me feel like I'm less than because of it.
Exactly.
So that too. And also, how do they treat others?
Right.
That matters too. Like, I refuse to be friends with somebody that's a mean girl. I don't do mean girls.
Yeah.
No. Like,
Imagine.
Like, I don't know if y'all seen the show. It was this show called Wags to Riches.
No, but literally Mean Girls too. That movie.
Yeah.
Like,
but in general, did y'all see the reality show Wags to Riches?
No.
You have to watch it. It's another show for y'all to watch. I don't even want to support that show after what they did to that girl. But there was these, it was like Ocho Cinco's fiance, and she was being mean to one of the young ladies that she was Rick Ross's baby mother.
Look, speaking of, everyone knows this. What's her name? Shanquella Robinson, that went to Mexico with her friends.
That's another example of
Stop
not
traveling
being friends.
out of the country with people that are not that you think are your friends.
Yeah.
They done killed that girl.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's another example. Like, know who you traveling with. Know who, like, I know for a fact, all of us have contacts to our parents. If anything happened, first of all, we're not leaving a spot until we make sure everybody's together.
Yeah.
We don't even walk out the door until we know everybody's together. We go to the bathroom together. We come out the space together. We are close.
Even when we're not on vacation, we all have each other's location.
That too. And we all,
I don't even gotta call Patrice and be like, where you at? I just check her location.
Exactly.
And
like,
Patrice is so
safe.
open, you know where her booty hole is located.
Listen. Facts. I'm open. But I was bringing up Rags to Riches because that's an example of Mean Girls that I would never participate. Like, I will never sit down and watch women tear down another woman in my presence and not stand up for that woman. No matter if they feel like they right. No. That show pissed me off clean. And why it pissed me off is because Ocho Cinco's fiance, Judge Rick Ross's baby mother, because a man she was dating, they had made a sex tape when they were dating, and he released it. He sold it to 50 Cent. To get back at Rick Ross. And she ended up winning the case, all of that good stuff. But the girl was
judging her. It's a documentary.
Huh?
It's a documentary?
No, it's a show in general, like a reality show. And Ocho Cinco fiance was on some, I would never sit with a girl like that because how could you ever, like, the word in the street is you just out here making videos. And I'm in my head like,
she probably made one too.
Everybody has something. Everybody done did some freaky stuff behind closed doors. He sold it to someone else. It's not like she had it
and gave it.
Exactly. Yeah. And she told you that's what happened. You knew the story. You didn't even empathize with her as a woman and be like, I feel bad that happened to you. She made the girl feel like she was so low because of that. And the women that was there, that was in that friend group, didn't defend the girl, except for, I think, the white girl. The white girl defended the girl. And all the black women sat there and teared that girl down and did not defend her. And when I was watching that show, I was so mad. Because I was like, yo, if I ever was around something like that, we fighting. I would have popped on her. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, who you talking to? And to come to find out, she ain't the brightest bulb in the bunch because Ocho Cinco ain't no better either.
And it be the girls actually that, like you said, that do that.
It's the girls. We need to stop being
like
mean
when
girls.
You sent
we need
Soraya
to stop
to
being
school,
catty.
I was like, look, tell her to keep me on speed dial.
Yeah, but also I know that I'm doing a good job because the way Soraya holds her friends down and she's loyal to her friends, I love that about my daughter. Like, if somebody talks about one of her friends and she overhears that, she's like, hold on, who you talking to? Who you talking about?
But that can always backfire too.
But
I'd rather,
because she always be ready to go to bat for her friends.
Yeah,
she always be ready to go to bat for her friends. But I also told her to look out for those who's not there for her.
That's
too.
Not there.
Defend those who defend you. Don't go defending somebody that ain't defending you. But yeah,
right.
But that's the ending of our episode. But before we do an official close, I want to do something for you ladies.
This is so nice.
And I wrote it out because I want y'all to feel it in y'all spirit.
Oh my gosh, we're not emotional.
One day, we almost there. One day. But I would like to present you ladies.
Oh my gosh.
With a keepsake.
Oh, this is so nice.
And I wrote it out. These crowns represent much more than just how beautiful it is, and that it's an object that you guys could keep. This is me giving y'all flowers while y'all are still here. And the growth over the years has been truly inspiring, and y'all unwavering loyalty has meant the world to me. In a world that often rushes by, I want to take this moment to give you ladies y'all flowers with these crowns. And this crown serves as a reminder of our friendship, our hardships, the things we got through, the way we've been able to hold each other down, and that y'all the real ones. P.O.P. Hold it down.
So nice.
And then also, my final thing I do on my podcast, which is to give affirmations. This is just affirmations for us and for other people watching that have long-term friendships or want to sustain long-term friendships. And the first one is, our friendships are a source of strength and support, enriching our lives every day. We celebrate each other's growth and achievements, recognizing the beauty in our journeys. And finally, we are worthy of love, loyalty, and appreciation, both from ourselves and those around us. Now, thank you, ladies, for being here. Tiana, Tajai. And thank you for watching Pass Down Your Crown podcast. Like, follow, subscribe. We're on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, all those fine, beautiful things. And you can always hit me up. I'll say hey back, all that good stuff. But until next time, bye.